We have the latest on Joe Burrow, plus a quarterback competition, other practice notes, including the right tackle battle. Day 5 of Bengals training camp is in the books. Let's get into it right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and, well, training camp rolls on, as do we, and that's why you want to subscribe and ring the bell so you get all of our latest videos, whether it was Andrew Fox-Miller's awesome recap of Week 1 every single day, broken down with highlights, thoughts, and he put it together, and it was a really good recap. If you missed that, make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out our one-on-one with Charlie Jones. And if you missed Zach Taylor earlier today, or if you missed Drew Chrisman, shout out to Drew Chrisman. He's back in the building. Check out that locker room interview as well. But let's dive into the news of the day. And the news of the day, it revolves around Joe Burrow, and I'm sure he's used to this by now, but it revolves around Joe Burrow for a simple reason. If he's out, and we're talking about the backup quarterback competition and all of these other things, well, everyone's going to ask, how's Joe doing? Is there the latest on Joe? Is there any news updates? Well, Zach Taylor didn't give us anything new on Joe Burrow, but we do have something new on Joe Burrow, and at least it's new to us. Saw Joe Burrow in the locker room, and he wasn't riding a scooter. He wasn't in a boot. His right foot was actually in a shoe, the same shoe that was on his left foot, just like you or me or anybody else. And he was talking with Ted Karras, and then he got up, and he walked, no crutches, to his locker. There was no noticeable limp. He wasn't favoring that right, nothing. Wasn't favoring that right leg, nothing at all. He did have a calf support compression sleeve. At least that's what it looked like, was a compression sleeve on that right calf. But that's it. So Joe Burrow clearly feeling good today. That doesn't mean he's going to practice anytime soon. I don't expect him to practice anytime soon. But it is a good sign. And Joe probably knew the media was going to be in there, and it was probably a decision of, hey, let's let everybody know that I'm alive and well. Hey, everyone. And so he didn't say anything to us, of course. Dealing with a calf strain, as you know, I'm sure everybody knows that's watching this. Zach Taylor says several weeks. My guess would be he comes back maybe after the preseason. You play 3 preseason games, and then late August, he'll come back, and he'll get a couple of weeks of practice in, and then get ready for the Cleveland Browns on September 10th. That's my guess. I would be surprised unless there's some kind of unforeseen re-aggravation, which is obviously possible, especially it's almost probable with calf injuries, but I think the Bengals are taking it so slow so that it doesn't even come up. They're just shelving him. They're saying, nope, you're not doing anything. And, as far as pushing off, because that's the leg he pushes off of. He's right-handed, so he pushes off of that right leg. And so you want to make sure that the calf is fully healed and that you don't re-aggravate it. So it's really good news overall. Compression sleeve, normal shoes, walking fine, and no limp, no noticeable limp, no hitch, no nothing. So really, really good news as far as Joe Burrow is concerned. That said, there's a lot of other camp notes, so let's get to them right now. Trey Hendrickson missed today, dealing with a lower body soreness issue. Zach Taylor didn't want to get too into the weeds with it. We'll monitor that. Doesn't sound serious, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. Drew Chrisman back in the building, was dealing with a health issue that happened in the building down the hall, actually, and was stretchered out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He didn't want to elaborate too much, but did leave on a stretcher, did undergo a medical procedure, so wasn't punting today, but was back with the team. So it's really, really good to see him back, and hopefully he's back punting as soon as next week, like he mentioned in our video. And make sure you check that one out after you finish watching this one, because it's really good to see Drew Chrisman smiling and okay here at Paycor Stadium. The quarterback battle is one of the many battles that we were going to monitor anyway, but I think it's really interesting the way Zach Taylor, Brian Callahan, and the Bengals offense, how they're doing it. Because Jake Browning got the first team reps today. He's going to get the first team reps again tomorrow, which means throwing to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. There's a big advantage to doing that, of course. And then they have a walkthrough Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, it'll be Trevor Siemian's turn to do the same. And if there is a blessing in the Burrow injury, It's that they get to really, truly evaluate these backup quarterbacks with the starters, because most of the starters aren't playing in the preseason with Burrow out. And I don't know that for sure. That's me speculating, but I think that's going to be the case. That said, what does a backup do when he comes in? He's playing with the starters. So now you get to see both of these guys and evaluate them. So I think that is beneficial. Reed Sinnett, it was his first practice. He's wearing number 7 for the Bengals. They signed him on Sunday. Officially, he didn't take any team reps. He's still learning the playbook. So that's the latest on him. Chidobe Awuzie, I meant to mention, that man looks really good. I asked Zach Taylor about him because he was sprinting up and down the field and just looks ready. They're in no rush to put him in team drills. I think they want to give him as much time as possible, but really, really good news for Chidobe Awuzie as well. Let's get to some of the camp highlights. One of the big ones, shocker, came from Ja'Marr Chase. He caught a pass, beat DJ Turner deep, and Turner had a good practice. He continues to be a really solid corner. I love what I'm seeing from the rookie out of Michigan. But Ja'Marr Chase beat him, which Ja'Marr Chase beats a lot of guys. And Jake Browning held the ball held up in the air a little bit. It was a little short and maybe a little late, but certainly short. And Ja'Marr was able to stop and still make the catch, even though it was a contested catch on DJ Turner. That was a big moment in practice. Jake Browning also found Irv Smith Jr. in the back of the end zone for a touchdown during a red zone period. Joe Mixon had a nice run off the left side behind Cordell Volson for a touchdown during the red zone period, and it would have been a touchdown. It's not like the whistle's blown because he got hit and he just ran into the end zone. No, I think he was borderline untouched in a real game. I think he would have had to make break a tackle, but he would have been able to because he had such a head of steam that he would have went into the end zone. So some interesting plays overall. I think Cam Sample had a few good pass rushes as well. Evan McPherson, by the way, I haven't talked much about him. He's booming kicks and booming field goal attempts. He looks really, really good. So Money Mac picking up and maybe taking a step forward in his development. And Cam Taylor-Britt had a really nice pass breakout. I'm just trying to rack my head for any other notes. Max Sharping took some reps at center with the second team. Obviously, he's a backup guard. Took some reps at center as well, so that's interesting. Chase Brown got a decent amount of reps with the second-team offense as well, the running back, so we'll see there. And then the right tackle battle. Jackson Carman was getting the first-team reps. Jonah Williams, the second-team reps. I asked Zach Taylor. He says they continue to alternate, so I would imagine Jonah would get the first-team reps tomorrow, but the right tackle battle is certainly interesting. That's the one question mark on that offensive line. Feels like Jonah Williams is the favorite. We'll see if he can nail down that job. Other than that, it was a fun practice, and it's weird talking about quarterback battles, and then also you have Joe Burrow just out there. And so it was good to see Joe get back into the swing of things. Ja'Marr Chase looked good. Also, T. Higgins, by the way, had a bunch of catches, had 4 or 5 catches today during practice. I should have mentioned that much sooner. So it was a good practice for number 5 as well. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure you check out all of our other videos covering training camp, and we will be back here tomorrow covering camp. So that's why you should subscribe so you get the latest Bengals coverage right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching CBT. Signing off right here at Paycor Stadium.